Gold. The trend is still bullish. However, we seem to have found strong sellers at 62 as we have 2 weeks of highs that have struggled to hold above that. In the structure, we're in an 8-day structure with a micro point of control below us at 50. The yesterday's profile is blocky but bell-shaped with a neutral point of control. Overnight profile is multimodal with point of control high in the profile. It seems that a rally found sellers, and we got quite a sell-off. Almost looked like news, but I don't see any news headline that suggests what it was. The weekly shows a substantial HVN at 52, which we knew about, and the point of control above us at 72. We've tested the upper KLVN and then the lower, and now back through the point of control and the upper again, closing there. On the weekly, we're likely to test the point of control. If it holds, then we'll be likely to test 62 again if we can break free. So what does that look like? Well, the overnight provides us some clues. We came down here to 52, we bounced around it, hit the key upper LVN, pushed through, first test, balanced, impulsed higher, got to the key LVN, found sellers, we pushed back through, and now we're at the point of control again. So idea would be is that if this holds like this, then we would expect to test here and then possibly higher. If it doesn't hold, then we would expect to push lower, pull back, continue down to the range, and then go into some sort of balance. That's basically the theory behind this 52 LVN. We also have 60, which is going to be important to us, I think, in terms of a short-term auction. If we hold below 60, then I would expect us to get below 52. So let's pick us back up where we're at. Yeah, current price. This auction is in balance. We've attempted the point of control from last week and we were rejected ahead of that, which means that we left the 52 balance, headed for 72 and didn't make it. Now we've failed back to 52 in the overnight. The most reasonable idea is that 52 holds and we attempt the 62, 63 LVN. As I said before, failure to break yesterday's high of day will be a clue that the bears have this. Now that's basically 8 points away from where we're at right now. Gold's been hitting around 10, 11 points anyways. So could see an outmoded day today, or if that happens, then we could just stay completely inside of that range. Starting from below, we would attempt that high. Maybe if we don't make it, we would just be one timing lower, I guess. So that reference is interesting too, because the yesterday's high and 24-hour VWAP, which is currently untested from that level, is right at the same price, basically 60, somewhere in there. We're also back below 62 again, as I said, even though we had a substantial rally beyond it. The overnight point of control, which has got a lot of volume in it, 152,000 contracts in the overnight session, 1566. I will be watching to see if this migrates lower. If it doesn't, then I'm going to expect us to continue with snapping back to one of these points of control back here, and then a continued move lower. That's the expectation at this point, is that I'm leaning bearish on this move right now. So that's gold today. And the idea here with the plan is that we see some immediate selling because we're at the right near the 52 point of control, and with the idea that we're going to try and get down to 50.8. If we don't see immediate selling, then I would expect us to bounce around and test multiple references before we continue. But a day that doesn't take off right away favors the short-term bears, I think. And then the normal day long would be that buyers just come on up and just rip in through it to get it going right away. And in that case, I would expect us to test the high of day of yesterday, and then also there's a possibility in my mind, given that we get to the high of day or attempt it for Friday, 110, which would be a price of 1562. So all that seems very reasonable in my mind.